The man on the dirt road. The sun was sliding behind the broken ridges of the Wyoming frontier when Mary Dalton tightened her grip on the reins of the old mule cart. Her two children, Emma and Jacob, huddled under a patched blanket, their breath visible in the cold. Winter had come too early this year, and every trip into town was a gamble. But they had no choice. The flour sack at home was almost empty, and the widow couldn't let her children go hungry. As the cart rattled down the narrow dirt road, Emma suddenly gasped. "Ma, someone's lying there." Mary pulled the mule to a stop. Her tired eyes widened. A man lay face down in the dust, blood drying across his shirt, his body barely moving. Jacob whispered, "Is he dead?" Mary jumped down from the cart, her old boots crunching on the frost-bitten ground. She knelt beside the stranger. He was breathing, shallow, struggling, but alive. A bullet wound bled through his side. His face was bruised, jaw clenched in pain. His clothes were expensive, far nicer than anything people around here wore. His boots alone cost more than Mary made in 2 months. "Help me," he whispered. Mary didn't think twice. "Jacob, help me lift him." "Emma, clear the back of the cart." Most people would have ridden past. Outlaws were common on this road. Helping the wrong person could mean death. But Mary had already lost her husband to an accident in the mines. She would not leave another soul to die alone. Together they pulled the man into the cart, his heavy body slumping against sacks of grain. "Ma," Emma whispered nervously, "what if he's a wanted man?" Mary breathed hard, adjusting the blanket over him. "Then God will deal with him. For now, we save lives." She snapped the reins, heading toward their tiny cabin deep in the valley. The stranger awake. The man woke 3 days later in Mary's small bedroom, the soft smell of biscuits and wood smoke filling the air. His eyes blinked open to see Mary wringing out a warm cloth. "You're safe now," she said softly. "You were shot. Lost a lot of blood." He tried to sit up, groaning. "Where am I?" "My home. I'm Mary Dalton. My kids and I found you on the trail." His hand reached toward his bandaged side. "You saved my life." Mary shrugged. "Only did what was right." "You hungry?" At that moment Emma peeked in shyly, holding a steaming bowl of soup. The cowboy stared at the children with a strange softness, as if kids were something he'd forgotten existed. "My name's William," he said at last. "William Hart." Mary froze. She knew that name. Everyone in the region did. William Hart, the wealthiest cattle rancher in 3 states. Owner of the enormous Hart River Ranch. Rumored to be ruthless, feared by some, respected by all. But the man in her bed didn't look powerful. He looked worn, lonely, human. She swallowed. "Well, Mr. Hart, we don't have much. But you're welcome to what we do have." Healing and unexpected laughter. Over the next week, William regained his strength. He taught Jacob how to tie proper knots. He whittled a small horse out of wood for Emma. He fixed Mary's broken door hinge without being asked. The children adored him instantly. Mary watched him carefully. She wasn't used to a man around the house anymore. And certainly not a rich one. One evening, while she stirred beans over the fire, William spoke quietly. "You're raising good kids." Mary smiled faintly. "Trying my best." "You're doing more than that." He watched Emma and Jacob play with the wooden toys he made. A deep sadness passed through his eyes, the kind of sadness a man carries alone. Mary finally asked, "Who shot you?" William sighed. "Men who want what I own." Land. Cattle. Power. Mary stiffened. Trouble. Big trouble. But I won't drag you into it, he added quickly. You saved my life, and I won't forget it. The offer. The next morning, William saddled his horse, a black stallion that had made its way home and returned with ranch hands searching for him. Before leaving, he slipped an envelope onto Mary's table. What's this? She asked. Payment. For saving me. She pushed it back firmly. We don't take money for helping someone in need. William stared at her, stunned. Most people would have taken it without blinking. Mary, he said quietly, you and your kids deserve more than this hard life. She crossed her arms. This life is ours. We manage. He swallowed, then put his hat on. Well, if you ever need anything, you come to Heart River Ranch. Jacob ran up and hugged William's leg. Emma handed him the wooden horse he'd carved. Will you come back? She asked softly. William looked at Mary, searching something in her face. If your ma allows it, he said. Mary didn't answer. But she didn't stop him, either. Life returns to normal, until it doesn't. 3 weeks later, Mary was chopping firewood when the ground rumbled. Hoofbeats. Dozens of them. A long line of riders approached, men wearing the Heart Ranch symbol. Her stomach tightened. Was something wrong? William rode at the front, sitting tall and strong again, fully healed. But his expression was serious. Mary, he called out. We need to talk. The children ran to him joyfully, but Mary stood still. What's happened? She asked. William dismounted. Someone burned one of my barns last night. They're going after everything I own. And, he hesitated, they may come after you. Because you helped me. Mary's heart sank. Why would they bother with poor folks like us? Because criminals don't care about innocence, William said. They only care about leverage. He stepped closer. Come with me. I'll keep you safe at my ranch. You and the kids. Mary was stunned. We can't live with you. We don't belong in that kind of place. William shook his head. You belong wherever you're valued. And you saved my life. Let me protect yours. But, Mary, he whispered, I owe you more than you know. The ranch, and a new reality. The Heart River Ranch was enormous. Fenced pastures stretched farther than Mary could see. Ranch hands nodded respectfully as William introduced her and the children. He gave them a warm cabin near the main house. Stocked pantry. Clean beds. Clothes. Everything they hadn't had in years. Emma squealed with delight. Jacob ran outside to see the horses. Mary stared around in disbelief. This is too much. No, William said quietly. It's not enough. And then, for the first time, Mary saw something in William's eyes, something vulnerable. Something hopeful. Danger comes. One cold night, riders thundered toward the ranch. Gunshots cracked the air. William's men scrambled to defend the property. Mary grabbed her children, hiding them behind barrels. A masked man spotted them and aimed his gun. William leapt in front of them, taking the shot in his arm. Mary screamed, pulling him to safety as his men chased the criminals off. When it was over, the doctor stitched William's wound while Mary pressed a cloth to the bleeding. Why would you risk your life like that? She cried. William winced. Because you risked yours for me first. His eyes met hers. And because I can't lose you. Any of you. A family finally whole. The attack made everything clear, to William and to Mary. He wasn't just trying to repay his debt. He loved them. And slowly, Mary let herself admit that she loved him too. A few months later, under blooming spring trees, William stood with Mary's children beside him as he took her hands. Mary Dalton, I was a dying man. When you found me, you gave me life again. Let me give you and your children a life of safety, comfort, and love. Will you marry me? Tears filled Mary's eyes. Yes, William, I will. Emma cheered. Jacob hugged William fiercely. And just like that, the poor widow who once struggled to feed her children became the cherished wife of the richest rancher in the West, not because of wealth, but because of kindness. William kept his promise. He changed their lives forever. And they changed his.